Let's make a beautiful smart watch band using February 2025 curated bead box just in time for Valentine's. Hey y'all, it's April. Thanks for stopping by my crazy creative life. In today's video, if you haven't watched it, I'll link it up here in the iCard and in the description box below. But a few days ago, I had done the unboxing for February 2025 curated bead box, the Symphony in pink. And today, I want to make something with it. So if that sounds good to you, then keep watching. All right. I've got a smartwatch, like I think most of us. And back in the summer, I made a band with beads, but I never did show how I done it. And so, I don't know, when I was opening this the other day, I thought that would make such a pretty beads for an Apple Watch or whatever, you know, smartwatch band. So that's what we're going to do today. I've kind of got it laid out. Hopefully, I think it's roughly about the right size. And these are the little links for your watch band. So we'll have to put these together, but it's not hard. And I will also link these down in the description box below where you can go and get these if you are interested in doing the same thing. All right, so to start off, this is how I'm measuring mine, and hopefully it'll be okay. I've got my band on where I wear it, which mine needs charge. But I've got my measuring tape, and then I just wrapped it around. And when I come up, I've done this several times, so I know it's accurate. It's just hard to fool with. There we go. Anyway, it come to like 6 1/4. So I'm going to do, say, 6 1/2 just to give it a little extra room. And then we're going to times that by 2. So if we do 6 1/2 times 2, that's 13. So that's how I know I need my stretch cord to be 13 inches. So I've got 2 cut here. I'm going to cut my third one. And loosely, I'm not stretching it yet. I'm just putting it on my measuring tape loosely. Not with not with too much slack, but just, you know. Okay, now, anytime that you do stretch bracelets, you've got to pre-stretch your cord, because that cord, when you start getting your bracelets on, it will sag down if you don't pre-stretch your cord. Okay, there's that one. And I just hold it and kind of give them a tug and go on down. This is the last one. Now, obviously, you can do as many strands as you want. I've seen some 3, I've seen some 4. It really just depends on the size of beads that you're using and how you want it to look, of course. Okay, so now all of that is stretched out. Let's go ahead and put this together. You just, let's see, you can see that. There's like the little hole there and the little hole there. You just put the tapered end in the little hole. And then they give you this little doodad. So I don't know. You press that. So I'm pressing it down and trying to slide it. I don't know if that's going to work. I almost think I'd rather do it with my finger. Oh, there we go. Well, no. Thought I had it. What, April? Okay, it's in there now. Yeah, and then give it a little tug to make sure it's in there. Now, my band is the bigger one. This is the 38, 40, 41 millimeter. I think that's the right one, ain't it? If you have never taken off your watch band before, right in the middle, is the release. You just press that down, and then it's finger sore. You press it down, and then you just slide, and it comes out. But that's your lock. So let's go ahead and push this side down and slide it out. Okay, so we'll put the band right there. Now I want to make sure this is the right size. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Now go ahead and put this one in. Okay, there we go. It popped in there. Now, you want to make sure that this silver release, you see here on the back, that is actually the bottom. So this is how it would be. Okay, so you want to make sure that that silver part is facing down, and those little black ridges are facing toward your watch. I need to charge mine. Okay. So what we're going to do here, now this is doubled, remember. We're going to go ahead and let the edges meet. We're going to come in here, slide it, and we're going to do our lark's knot. Or, yeah. So basically, you're just putting your loop through. I'm trying to do this where you can see. And then you're going to grab your tails, put it through the loop. And then kind of looks like a little pretzel, but just make sure that it's on this part, not hung up like I almost had it. And then just pull tight. Okay, so that's the first end. Now what we're going to do is put our beads on. So from here you got to kind of determine what you want, outside, inside, middle, you know. And I think I want my hearts in the middle. So what I'm taking, this one is putting them all at both ends with this little 6mm rose pink lilac marble style, the 6mm pink lilac marble style. That's going to be on the ends of all of my beads. So I'm starting it out with that. Here, I gotta turn this around because I'm not left-handed. And put both of your, hopefully they both will fit. Oh no. All right, I'm back. I had to start tying low for some stretchy cord. I thought I had some 0.5, which 0.5 probably still would have been too big. But when you double it up, these holes were I found were too small. I didn't even think of that when I was trying to get it together. So I went and got my daughter's. This is stretchy string that come in a kit. That was like little clay beads, you know what I'm talking about? So anyway. And she had actually about 2 pieces already cut to size 14. So I just left it at 14 instead of a 13. And then we'll cut off the extra. So same deal. Put your little lark's knot and give it a tug. Give the whole string a tug. Actually stretch it out. Now, hopefully this will be a good enough size to go through these little holes. Okay, for these little 6mm, it might pose a small challenge, but it's not going to be anything that we can't work through. So I'm guessing if you don't have any stretch string, you need to go buy some. Buy probably a 0.2, 0.3. I wouldn't go above 0.3 because when you double it, it will not go on these little small beads. So I'm going to start with, get some of this out of the way. I'm going to do this line, and in this line, I will be using a 6mm pink lilac marble style glass bead, which is that one. Then I'm going to be using beads out of that Pinkalicious designer glass bead mix. That's going to be these other color ones. It come in that kit, that designer mix. And then these are the 8mm rose quartz gemstones, and I'm just alternating, that's all I'm doing, but starting and ending with that little pink lilac thing. Now these should be a little easier to get in. I think the hole's a little bigger. Well, I say that. So I'm just alternating it with what was some that was in that Pinkalicious mix, and then the rose quartz. And I'm starting it out. No, this is just how I'm doing mine. It's that burgundy light color, maroon color, whatever you want to call it. Then the pink, and then there's a red one in there. And I had enough to alternate it twice, so no, 3 times. Sorry. Okay, if they're giving you fits and they don't want to go in 2 at a time, stick one in and then pull it downward like that and give it a stretch so it's kind of coming against your bead, and then stick the other end in. That seems to work when they're being stubborn. All right, I will get this first line complete. Right there's the rest of them. That way you don't have to be bored. And unless you like watching this, if you do, tell me and I'll leave it in from here on out. Sometimes I'm afraid, am I leaving in too much or taking out too much? I don't know. Yeah, see, that one's going to do it too. It's the hole in these pink quartz must be a little bit smaller. Just don't do that. Look what I've done. Now there is a style that we can do this with. I'll have to make a bracelet someday with that. Come on now. Here it goes. Oh, I about forgot something. Let me put this bead in. I'm not going to pause and come back because I about forgot part of this, the most important part of this. I can't talk. The most important part of this. Okay, so we've got, let me make sure. I might have to take that back off. No, I think it'll be fine. Okay, so we've got the burgundy color, the pink quartz, that pink one, pink quartz red. And so, oh, let me put the red on there. And then what we're going to do is split it and start putting the beads on one string only. All right, so I've got 2 sets of those on. Now, let's make sure we're not twisted here. Okay. Pick a strand, it really doesn't matter what. And you're just going to put the beads on just one. These are with one string, huh? Okay, I should... I'm having to work this back up where I got more string at this end than at that end. It did need to be uneven. Lord, it's been a while since I've done this. I think I forgot how to do it. Oh, April. Okay, let me start over. Okay, with your lark's knot, make sure that you've got one side longer than the other. Now, okay. Let me get it to this, back down to this point, and then I will bring you back. So just make sure that you've got one side a little bit longer than the other. We'll put these on just like I had it, get about halfway down, and then I'll bring you back. All right, now I've got that string through, and I still have this one string that's quite a bit longer than the other. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the middle, but at least sort of close to the middle. But really it don't matter because you're going to tie it off anyway. Okay, so let's finish our pattern. So we've got the burgundy, which I started off with that lilac, blue lilac one. So now the next one is going to be that burgundy color one. We're going to put it on the longer single string, and just move that little tail to the side. Then quartz, then that bright pink, the quartz, then red, and the quartz. All right, and then we'll end with, I'm taking this quartz off because I'm afraid it's gonna be just a little bit too big on me. So I'm going to end it with that blue lilac like I told you earlier. First though, we're going to put our string right here through our second component. Okay. Then we're going to put that last bead on, that little one. Okay. And then we're going to come back down this line. And let me make sure I got that right. Yeah. So you're just going to fish back down your beads until you get to your tail right there. Oh, we got one more to go through. Now, since that tail's longer, I'm going to come that way, if it makes sense. Because I have more tail to work with now on here. I'm sure my explanation is not good, so hopefully you can tell what I'm doing. That was the tail that I just fished back through, but now this tail's longer. This is all the only bead I got left until they meet. So I'm taking, that's why I switched to this tail, to give me room for my knot. Okay, now. Okay, you want to get it together tight to where the beads are touching where they're supposed to. And it's on the side that it needs to be. All right. I think that'll be okay. Hopefully it's not too big on me. All right, so you want to tighten it up. Like I said, get it, you know, good and tight. Well, not so tight it's rigid. Hold on, let me loosen that up some. You don't want it rigid because you want it to have some give to it when you put it on yourself. Okay, so what we're going to do, you're going to wrap it around like you're tying a balloon. So you've got your, I've got my forefinger and my thumb holding where the beads are. I've got my tails right here. I've got my two fingers right here. We're going to take it and wrap around, all the way back around until you meet. And this is how you tie a balloon too. Go under. Now we're going to do it what's called a surgeon's knot. So that just means that you're going to go over the thing twice. So we went over, under, however you want to call it, once. And then we're going to do that one more time. Make sure they both go. Okay, so that's twice. Then slowly let that knot come down here. Okay, give it a good yank, and there's your knot. And then we'll cut it here. And after we cut it, then we can shift that that little knot into that bead, and that will hide it. But before that, I'm going to put some glue to kind of help hold that little knot. And that's it. So that is the first strand, and it still has some give to it. Now let's start our middle strand, which I think I want to do the hearts. So let me re-evaluate this now that I've got that all on, because I might not need as many hearts. With the hearts, I'm alternating the pink, the 6mm pink lilac, and then the 6mm rose quartz. I'm alternating those. Okay, it's not going to hold all the hearts, so that I had out. I love teal with pink and red and white. Now what color next do we want to use? I know I'm not going to get to use all of them, so maybe do I like that blue with it? Or the yellow? Oops, the yellow, the orange. You know what? I think I know what I want to do. Give me just a second. Okay, I knew I had another white. So I'm going to put that there, that, and then this red. Yeah, I like that. Yep, okay. So that's what we'll do. So I'm going to go ahead and string it up. Okay, and remember, we're going to let one side be longer than the other. Bring it through. Then you're going to put your fingers through that loop and pull your tails through. And then just tighten it off like that. Now let's put our hearts on. But obviously you can put these in any direction you want. You can put them facing the same direction or altering. I'm going to put them all in the same direction. Let me clip that because that is fraying. Okay, I think I'll stop at the pink one and then start going on the one string by itself. Oh wait, April. Okay, now, can I get that straightened out? Crap, I didn't put it down. Oh well. I should have put it in that loop and then went on down, and I totally skipped that. But that's on the back side, so I'm not really caring. All right, now I'm just starting on the one string by itself. Okay, so we've got this little small tail. Now I need to get that down where it should, you know, snugly. Make sure this has got twisted. Okay, if you have to, you can slide these things back and forth. So just make sure that you know that this is the back side, the bottom, and that's gonna, it's all the same still. We're gonna come up through our bar here. And I don't know why I didn't go back down that one on here, but, well, but it's okay. It's not worth me taking it out and redoing it. So let's go ahead and go back down this side of the beads, if it will behave. Come on now. There we go. worry about keeping it straight at this time, because once you get your string back down, then you can get it straightened up. Right now, just trying to get it through is the main thing. My dang thumb is so sore, it's causing me not to be able to grab that good. Okay, yay, we have made it to where our ends meet. Okay, now is when you want to kind of start straightening it out. Tightening it. Give it a tug here and there. Now, did you see what I done? It was, had a gap in it. I just held that down and took that end that I'd come back through and pulled it tight. Okay. So I think that's good now. Again, you don't want it like rigid, but you do want it tight. So here we go. Okay, I'm gripping that. I'm going to take my string, wrap it around my finger like a balloon, go under this once and twice, and then slowly bring one finger out, and then just slowly kind of work it down to where I'm pulling down with my thumb. I know you can't see it while I'm pulling this out, and just letting it barely slide off my finger to get down there. Well, I wasn't supposed to do that. Okay, the knot stayed, so that's going to be real important to try to glue, but hopefully it won't break on me anymore. This is not the string I wanted, I tell you that, but we will be cutting that off anyway. I just would have preferred it not to break off at that point, but okay. Now slide this bigger down and slide that side down, and this is our last one. Same deal. Make sure your string's a little uneven. Come up in your bar. Bring your string through. Tails. And then put this in whatever direction that works for you. Okay. So, starting off with that lilac again. I want to start and end all of these like that. Okay. And then I think I started and ended with, this was that party, what was it called? It was a 10mm fuchsia fun abstract glass bead. And then these are the 10mm baby pink crackle glass bead. And I just alternate those. I think this is going to turn out real pretty. As long as it holds together. Again, get you some Stretch Magic or some kind of a better stretchy string. This string is made for those little clay beads that kids like to make that's real thin. And it is not made, I don't guess it's made for this. I don't know. We'll see. why it looks like I have extra beads is because I pulled out extra just in case I needed them. Okay, let me get this on until I get ready to tie it, and I'll be right back. Well, it didn't work to where I could start and end it with that fuchsia, but that's okay. So we're going to come up through this rod and fish right back through them and tie it off. Hopefully this string won't break. And then again, the tail that you're fishing back through, if it starts looking like it's getting too short, you can always go the other end and come up the other direction, like I'm getting ready to do here. Just hang on to that tail, because if not, it might slide back through those beads. Okay, now we are at a meeting point, so let's try to get it straightened out here. Okay. All right, make sure that all that's straightened out and your sides are the same. See, that doesn't have the silver, neither does that, so my sides are the same. And just tug as you need to kind of I think that's good. Okay, so again, we're just going to tie it like a balloon. Over and over. And then slowly bring your fingers out. All right, and there's our knot. So all we need to do is glue our knots and cut off our extra string and put it on the watch, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my jewelry glue, unless it's glued shut. Let's see. Then you're just going to go in here at your knots. And put you some glue on there. Give it a quick dry. There we go. And then you just want to put one of your beads over it, over that knot, and get glue all over your hands. Now let's find this one that was already, okay, here it is. Broke on us. Hopefully it's going to stay. For this one, I'm going to try to, yeah, I did. Okay, I got it over inside that heart, and then this is our last one. Yeah, that irritates me that I've done that, but oh well, it's too late now. Okay, so actually I'm going to go ahead and cut this first, and like I did that one, because it's wanting to glue my scissors together. So, this been better if I had gloves. Ah, don't do that. Oh, April. Now that's gonna glue together. I should have got some glue. It's fingernail for artificial nails, and it is on like a you know, fingernail polish thing, and my child stole it. I should have just grabbed it because it's a lot easier to go in there with that glue, and I'll link that in the description too. It's a lot easier getting that glue than getting this stuff, and it's everywhere, because that you can, I don't know, it doesn't come out as much. You can control it because of the brush, I guess that's what I'm saying. But now I'm gonna have to go get all this glue off me, and then I will come back and we'll show you what this is gonna look like on my watch. Ain't that pretty though? I think it turned out really pretty. I'm happy with it. Yeah, that stuff, I took some fingernail polish remover. I got some of it off, but I guess it's just gonna have to wear off, but okay, whatever. All right, so let's put our thing back on. Now that's the front side. This is the back side, remember, because it's got, that's where you release it. So all you do is just slide it in there, and that locked in place. And then the same way on this side, just slide it in, and then it locks in place. And then there it is. It's a little tight. I think I could have done an extra bead or two, but it's okay. It'll be okay. Yeah, I should have done that extra bead like I first thought, but then I got scared. Whenever I measured it, I got scared. I thought, well, that's gonna be too tight. So I took away, you see, I've got them right. That was the one extra. I think that was the one extra, and then I had, or no, here, or something, anyway. So I had it ready for extra, and then I took it away because I got afraid. But, yeah, you live and learn. What I could do, and this is what I may do, I may push them down, that way they're not gaping as bad. And then I've got, I think it'll work, I've got those Crimp bead covers. They're silver, and I can put 3 of those on each side, and that way that'll hide that string, and then it won't make it look all gappy down here. So let me try that and see what that looks like, and I'll come back and show you if I think it looks good or not. But I'm terrified that that's going to break, because that was a weak string anyway. If it does, then hopefully I can catch them. Let me be right back. Yeah, I like that. In my kit, I had like some large ones and some mediums and some tiny ones. So I took my medium-sized ones. Slide that string in there and push it on up. And then just close it off. And I like to go on these back and forth a little bit to round it out. I've got these, but there we go. But you're gonna have to close it down with a set of pliers before you put this one that rounds them, or helps to round it, because, or at least I do. I wasn't having luck. Plus, it's hard to grab with those. I find it easier to start off with this. All right, y'all, I think I finally got it. So that does help the looks of it, I think, putting those big Crimp bead covers. There's still a little bit of a gap to it. It's my fault because I got afraid. I should have, like I've already told you, put another string or two on it. And if I had to do over again on this heart thing, I think I would have done those 3 up that way, and then I would have turned these and went up that direction, because I think it would look better going that way like this one is. But I mean, it's not that noticeable either. so tell me what you think, if you like it or not. Oh, before I forget, Curated Bead Box, if you've watched my unboxings, then you're going to know, or anyone else's for that matter. But Curated Bead Box, I've got a link in the description box below. Go click on that link, go check them out. And if you like their jewelry and want to subscribe to them, which I highly recommend because you get so much for the money, then you can put in the code April, it's lowercase a, April 35, it's all together, no spaces, and that will save you 35% off of your very first order. So go check that link out, and I encourage you to at least buy the first box and see what you think, because it just breaks it down to $13. And if you like it, then you know you found something new that you love, and if not, then at least you gave it a try. So for $13. So anyway, I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. Hey, if you like this video, you may want to check out my previous video or my previous series. Talk to you soon.